Ooh, there's one. Yes, sir. That is a stud. Wow, good grief. Got it. Oh, he came back for it. Nice one too. Oh, I think chances of the GoPro staying on today, slim to none. Fish. All right, guys, we got a bite on the bellows gill on the Evo jig. There's one. Wow. That was a really, really big sunfish of some kind, guys. There's something. Nice bass, I think. Golly. Heck yeah, boys. That's 3 casts and 3 bites with that bellows gill elastomer on the Evo jig. Down the hatch. Y'all, so far the GoPro's doing pretty good in the heat. I've got one of those 2.8-inch G-Crack bellows gill of the elastomer kind of plastic on a 1/16 ounce bait finesse Evo jig with the black skirt. We're getting bites. Not a very big bass, but we are definitely getting bites. I've actually got 2 rods and reels today, guys. I got my Dobbins 701C with my Art Gravity and 6-pound fluoro, and then I've got a little 6-foot handing Magic with braid as a topwater rod that I'll show you. Y'all, and there's a little dragonfly with the braid with a Cast King Zephyr on it. The Zephyr's really not casting the dragonfly too well, but as it gets lower light, I think I should be able to get some bass on that dragonfly. Fish. There we go, boys. Might be a better one too. He's coming out in the middle. Might be better. Oh man, dude, that might be a big fish, guys. Oh, not bad at all. Heck yeah, on the Jedi. Right on. Stuck him with that little screw lock hook. Got him. Guys, I'm trying to be pretty stealthy right now. I don't think this is necessarily private. There's no signs that say no trespassing, but at the same time, it's kind of in a suspect area, so I'm sitting on the paddleboard trying to stay out of line of sight. As the sun goes down, I should be in the clear, but on that 3.5-inch Moondog Jedi worm, I throw it on a number 2 screw lock, and I've got like a 1/16 ounce tungsten on there, just a Texas rig. I thought this fish was about 3 times bigger than this, just judging how hard he was pulling and taking me to the middle. But we'll take him. That's the second fish that we've landed. Oh, guys, another one. Dude, that one's got weight. That one has weight. That one's got weight, guys. Oh, he's pulling me on the paddleboard. Dude, that might be a good fish. That might be a really, really good fit. Dang it, guys. He let go. Ah. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get a good one. We're gonna get a good one, guys. Oh, that might be a panfish. I think that might be a panfish, guys. Or is it a bass? Oh, got a little bass. Okay. He shook off my dang worm, though. Man, that last one we had on honestly did feel pretty big. But on this rod and reel, guys, it's always hard to tell. Could have been just like a 3 or 4 pounder, but we're catching some fish tonight, so you can't complain. They're stacked under that tree over there. That's the thing about summer fishing, is if you find one, typically there's a bunch in an area. Saw him come off of there and get it. Maybe that'll be a bigger one. He's got some weight. Yeah, boys, let's go. Not bad at all. Heck yeah. Come on over, buddy. That's a full-size bass. Man, cutting up my Jedi worms though. He bit that one clean in half. That's a fat fish, man. He's not very long, but he's pretty wide. There's fish number 4, guys, on what's left of my Jedi worm. Don't even have a third of it on the hook anymore, dang it. This is definitely kind of how I grew up fishing, guys, just throwing a Texas rig worm around in the evenings in ponds. Having some fun, man. Oh, there's one. There's one. Is he better? Got a whole mop. It is insane how much more leverage you have on a fish standing up. Oh man. I feel like I would have landed that bigger one that got off if I would have been standing, but again, I'm just trying not to wear out my welcome, guys. That's what that rig actually looks like right there, intact. Another respectable pond bass. That is number 5, y'all. Ooh, there's one. That bite felt pretty good. I think I got a decent hook in this one too. This feels as big as the one that we lost. Hopefully we can land him or get a look at him. Oh my goodness, guys. Big bass. Oh, please don't find something to get me in. Nice, nice, nice bass. He's pulling me all over the place. Jeez. Don't go that way, please. Don't go that way, please. Wow. 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 Oh. That is awesome, guys. This is insane. This fish is so strong. Oh, he might be giving up. He might be giving up. Come here, buddy. Got him right in the reef. Yes, sir. Look at that, guys. That is a stud. Oh, my Jedi worm's gone again, dang it, but well worth it. Well worth it. I imagine we'd have 2 that looked like this if I wouldn't have been sitting down over there, but there's some redemption. Guys, this bass just put up an epic fight on my little Art Gravity BFS and Dobbin 701C Ultra Finesse casting rod combo. That was so much fun. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and retie after that fish, y'all, just in case there's any more like that waiting for us. I do not want to get broke off. And to anybody who doesn't know, or who happens to care, the knot that I use is called a triple piton. So how you do it, you gotta have a little weight on the hook, but how you do it, it's kind of like how you would start a Palomar, right? But instead of a Palomar, I go around that 1, 2, 3. I take that loop, I go back up through the pinched loop that I have at the top, like that. You get a hold of it, grab the tag in, wet it, and then you just cinch it down like that, and it turns into a really good like double ply cinch knot, guys. But that's what it looks like when it's done, guys, and you have 3 tag ends to clip. But that is a really strong little knot. It's a cinch. Ooh, what do we get? That might be a panfish, guys. Holy cow. Massive warmouth. That is a big warmouth. That's cool. Look at his red eye. That is a beauty of a warmouth, guys. I think we got another panfish, guys, or a small bass. Small bass. When they turn really easy on 6-pound line, you know they're not very big. But it's honestly hard to turn like even a 2-pound fish with 6-pound test, guys. That's when you know you've got a decent fish on. When pretty much you hook them and you're like, well, you're going where you want to go, kind of thing. Oh, on the frog, guys. Good night. That's another warmouth. Massive warmouth on the frog. Holy crap. Got that whole frog in his mouth. Like a bass. Choked it. That might be one of the biggest warmouth I've ever caught, guys. Just a little bit bigger than that first one. It hit this little lunker hunt pocket frog with those lifelike legs on it, on 10-pound braid, my Handing Magic 6-foot rod, and my Cast King Zephyr. Oh, that's a bass. Heck yeah, on the frog. That was sweet. You could tell he was hiding in underneath of that grass. Look at the color he is. Little pond bass on the pocket frog. Came out from under the grass and just thrashed it. Oh, guys, what is that? Oh, dang, just a dark bass on the walking bait. Holy cow. I thought I had a monster like sunfish. That little thing hit this like a freight train. Good grief. Y'all saw that in a recent edit. That Strike King Bitsy dog. I honestly, and I'll share with you guys something here that I've learned. Little largy on it. But I'll share with you guys something. These little walking baits, they are more difficult to impart that walking action on them because they're so small and light. With a longer rod that's closer to the water, I think it's harder to get a good walking action with them. But with this little 6-foot rod, you see how far away it is from the water as I'm doing that? I feel like I get a better side-to-side walk with it. So I might start throwing that walking bait more on this little 6-foot rod from now on. We'll see. Another one. That was awesome. That one's a little bigger. That one is a little bigger. Heck yeah, that's kind of a nice fish. Got him across the mouth. I might go back around again with the walking bait on the same bank that I did the frog, because I feel like I might have left some behind on Topwater on the frog over there. There's a nice little pond largie on the Strike King Bitsy Dog, guys. That little 6-foot handing rod, I'm telling you, helps it walk a little bit better than like a longer 7-foot rod in my opinion. Oh my goodness, that was vicious. That was so sick. That's another decent one. Got him, guys. That one punished that little Bitsy Dog, guys. He is willing to do it pretty up close and personal for me too. And guys, when you want to work a walking bait, when you go side to side, make sure your rod is going straight up and down to get the purest side to side action that you can. Because if you notice, if you get lazy and you do this side to side number, it's less consistent. So as you work it, go straight up and down with your rod tip, and it just goes dart, 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 dart like that. That's something that I've learned a little bit over time, especially throwing these little ones. If you're throwing a big walking bait, you can get away with like keeping your rod tip more out to the side and going like this. But with these little ones, you really have to go straight up and down. Wow, good grief. That was so crazy. I almost saw that thing come out of there like a linebacker and just destroy that thing. That was so close to me. I really hope my GoPro was on. Yep, it didn't overheat. That was insane. There is something to those walking baits, guys. It's just an action that you can't really achieve with many other baits. You can walk other baits, but unless you have that pencil shape to get that really wide side to side, you really can't replicate that all that well, and bass, like you saw, will just unload on them. That one woke me up. Got it. Oh, he came back for it. Nice one too. Oh, I think that's the biggest one on the walking bait so far, guys. He came back for it twice. Wow. Got him. There's another nice bass on that Strike King Bitsy Dog. Well, y'all, that was another weeknight trip that just ended up going very right for me. It felt good just to get out there and throw something simple, you know, not try to reinvent the wheel. But don't get me wrong, it's definitely not a conventional Texas rig by any means. A number 2 screw lock with a 1/16 ounce tungsten and those little ribbed Jedi worms definitely is not conventional, but was still able to catch me quite a few fish when it was slick calm. And today honestly was the hottest day of 2024, and that the truck reading that you saw was after I got there, so I had driven the entire way, so that wasn't just like, oh, you turn the truck on and it's super hot. No, it truly was like 107, and it was brutal. Had trouble with the GoPro overheating, but I didn't really miss any catches, so I was fortunate about that. I did have one big bass, and I think I could have had 2. I know the one that I was sitting down for, it felt real big. It had weight to it, and I just couldn't get a good lift on it, couldn't get a good hook in it from that seated position. But you know, that's fishing. Sometimes they just get the best of you. But I think the highlight of the trip, guys, were those just ferocious eats that little Strike King Bitsy Dog got. I mean, those bass ate it like they'd never seen a walking bait before. They were just crushing it, and they were doing it close to me too, which made it all the more fun. And having like this little nightstick 6-foot rod in my hand, I mean, I was just trying to steer them all over the place with one hand. It was a blast. But also, don't forget, if you have interest in these small baits and big fish measuring mats to get yourself an entry into all of the future monthly big bass contests, make sure you email me. I'm asking $35 for each one, but again, that gets you entry into every future big bass contest that we'll have on my channel every month. And if y'all enjoyed this one, leave a like for me. Please consider subscribing if you haven't yet, guys. Share this with somebody. Share this with a finesse-loving friend, anybody who enjoys fishing or the outdoors. Help me grow my channel. Check out links to gear in the description, and check out links to more bait finesse bass action in the pinned comment below. Check out Bass Brother on Instagram. And I appreciate y'all watching the video. And y'all take her easy. We'll catch you on the next one. Another one. That was awesome. That one's a little bigger. That one is a little bigger.